Welcome back to Building an Online series where I document my journey from building a business from 0 to 5k a month in less than 90 days. It's week 4 and this week I hit a huge milestone. I got my first coaching call. But did it go as planned? Stick around to find out. Let's dive into everything that happened this week, including some lessons that will be game changers for anyone trying to build an online business. So this week I really upped my consistency. I sent over 150 to 200 DMs on Instagram, and I stayed on track almost every single day, which felt amazing because in the past I've really been struggling with this. So it still hasn't been perfect, but I have been way more consistent than I have ever been since I started this challenge. It's still really a numbers game, and honestly, I haven't even cracked the code on what makes someone completely ignore me versus someone that's responding and engaging with my messages. But I'm focusing on continuing to put the effort in and being genuine. Also, I'm making sure that I DM people where I can comment on their posts and saying something about what they're actually posting versus something completely out of the blue offering my services. And I find that works a lot better than just DMing someone something random. And on top of that, I've been a lot more consistent with posting Instagram Reels where, in the past I haven't been that good, so just filming 8 videos in one go really helps. But also keeping up my Instagram stories, because when you have an Instagram story, I also find that people are responding a lot more than when they are, because they can just check out your stories, whatever you're posting about, and that really helps to get some responses. So my Instagram feed is now starting to have a lot more content and starting to actually really look like someone that has some experience and some knowledge in whatever I'm talking about. The only thing that's still missing is my followers, because I still only have 5 followers. But really, if I have one tip for this week, is that batch recording is a lifesaver. That is the key to staying consistent in posting Instagram Reels. For stories, it's a little bit different. You have to post at least every 24 hours. But at least for Reels, just batch recording is the way to go. Okay, so here's where things get exciting. This week, I got a reply from somebody who was actually excited enough to talk to me and have a call with me. So I had a quick conversation on Instagram and then asked them if they wanted to hop on a call to see if I could give them some tips and tricks to help them lose weight. So they were happy. We set up a date and time where I could call them on Instagram. And I cannot tell you how much a confidence boost that was. Finally, I was seeing the outreach pay off. But let me tell you, even though I was pumped, I was also super nervous. I've been so focused on creating content, outreach, that I didn't even think about how I could handle this call. So I really had to prepare for this. I knew what I wanted to get out of them, but not really what I was going to say, so I really had to prepare a script for this because I didn't have any experience. But I knew that it was only 15 minutes to see if they were a good fit or not. And even if it might fail, I could at least figure out if what I was saying was right and if I got some replies, and to see if I could handle a call like this properly. But I'll be honest, I really started doubting myself. Like, what if I mess this up? What if I can't deliver value? But then I remembered something. The first call isn't about being perfect, but it's about learning. So the day finally came. I sat down, took a deep breath, and hit the call button on Instagram. It didn't ring for long. They were almost waiting for my call, but it seemed like it would be forever. Now, this was a girl who wanted to lose weight, and the conversations went pretty well. We went back and forth. I made her talk a lot, which is everything that you should be doing, more listening than talking, and I managed to do that. She was really nice, really interested in what I had to say, and I was able to give her some tips and tricks. She was really motivated and really wanted to make a change, but they were a student, and being a student means that you can't afford anything. So I didn't even ask her if she wanted to hop on a second call, which would be the closing call, because I knew from a fact and the research that I've done that if they're a student, 99% of the time they can't afford anything, especially if I want to sell something for $600 when I first start. So I did feel a little disappointed. But then I realized this call was a massive win. It showed me that people are actually interested in what I'm offering. It gave me practice and confidence for the next call that I knew I could now handle. And most importantly, it proved that my process worked. If she had the money, let me tell you, I could probably sell her the coaching program. Now, if I can book one call, I could probably book 10. And if I book 10 calls, there's a big chance that I'm able to sell at least one of these 10 people. So it won't be easy to get 10 calls, but I'm pretty confident that in the 90 days, I'll be able to do that. This week taught me so much about patience and persistence. Building a business isn't an overnight success. It's about showing up every single day, even when the results are simply not there. So now there's next week. So next week I'm going to double down on being consistent and sending direct messages. The goal, more calls, more conversations, and hopefully a paying client. So make sure you subscribe because things are only just getting started. If you haven't watched the series from the beginning, then make sure that you check out this playlist because this will take you from the very beginning up till now and in the future. And don't forget to follow along because I'm sharing the highs, the lows, and everything in between and being very honest about my disappointments. This was the very first call I got and this is the 4th week and I've shared everything in this series. So I'll see you next week.